24 years ago on their wedding night. So let's see, it came in, it's got about a half a carat little square diamond, princess cut diamond in the middle. Prongs need to be replaced, it's wearing out, so we're redoing it a little bit. So he was curious, he goes, what can I do to kind of jazz the ring up? I don't know. So I grabbed a carat and a half lab grown princess cut diamond and go put this, replace this. This one that you proposed to, this half carat, we're gonna put that in a little diamond pendant. She's gonna wanna keep that because you proposed to her with that. And you're gonna replace with this carat and a half, triple the size. And she doesn't know that, she just thinks it's being repaired. And he's thinking, he goes, let's go for it. So he's going to pick it up today, which is awesome. So she's going to be very, very surprised.
So who was this?
This was last week.
Oh, just a client came in?
Yeah, client came in, and then interestingly enough, another gentleman came in yesterday, same scenario, same diamond came out, prongs were all worn out, showed him a 2-carat oval diamond. He was a little hesitant, so he's got to check with somebody first. Okay, well, here we are, Ballard and Ballard Jewelers. I emphasize the word jeweler in jewelers because we are actual jewelers that work on it, we design it, we have 5 generations commitment to it. So when you're coming to us, you're not just going to a retail store that just sells it and pushes it out the door. Okay? Big, big difference between us. So here we are, Ballard and Ballard started in 1917, downtown Los Angeles. Great uncle, great grandfather went ahead and started it all up. This bigger picture here, this gentleman right here to the far right, that's my great grandfather. And he apprenticed in this jewelry shop in Omaha, Nebraska. And we're figuring this picture is about 1890 or so. 1901, packed up the wagons and went out west. So 1901, our family came to California. 1917, they went ahead and set up shop. Here's another picture, grandfather, great-grandfather. This was in 1920 in downtown Los Angeles. And then these two guys, I went ahead and Google searched the name Ballard and in Antwerp. And this picture came up. Not sure if they're really or not, but I think I'm going to run with it. Last name Ballard. These guys are sifting through raw diamonds and just piles them. And this is also in the 1800s. So this is, going back many, many generations, hundreds of years, type of trade of diamonds. Flash forward, we're in Fountain Valley, California. Yay. Still in this location. We moved in this location in 1995. No, I'm sorry, 1998. So we've been there quite a while. It's just a beautiful 2,000 square foot showroom. Got 16 showcases with a whole array of beautiful curated pieces for different price ranges, different tastes. So full shop. We're open Tuesday through Saturday. So we're here, where it's not a place. I know there's a couple of other places around. There's one place called Gold and Silver down by Prehistoric Pets. The owner's basically retired, but he's just kind of holding on to the store. He does a lot of fly fishing. He gets in there, he's actually building flies for his fly fishing in there. And I think the guy's just like, okay, well, I'll just keep the store, but I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Not very reliable. You need something fixed. You need to refer somebody. Boom. Tuesday through Saturday, you are there all day long. Okay. Hey, recognize that, John? That was about, 4 or 5 years ago. We went ahead and did a little remodel in our showroom. So John Thomas and company came right on in, freshened up the walls. We did a lot of stuff, new carpet and everything, and then boom. That's one shot of our showroom. We put in new carpet, we painted the walls, got some new furniture in, and that was just a nice little refresh after, I think, 20 years, 20 years of being there. Showroom's great. I really love our showroom. It's a really great space to entertain. We do a lot of events. We're doing the jump party. We're doing VIP events. Next year in April, we're planning a wine and cheese event. But it's a great, lots of flow. We use this as the bar, so you can step right up and order your drinks. There's some staff. There's Glenn. There's Joyce. There's myself. Melody, this is, apologize, this is an older picture. Melody's no longer with us. She retired. She was a graduate gemologist. This is our shop. So this is where we're actually doing a lot of the work. This is my jewelry bench. I sit down here and do a lot of the work. This is Glenn's when he comes in. And then we have a laser welder. It's about 15 years ago, we invested in that piece of equipment, $30,000 piece of equipment, to actually repair jewelry by laser beam. Crazy. You put your eyes through the viewers here, you put your arms in the chamber, and you got a foot pedal, and you've got crosshairs. So you just line it up, press the foot pedal, instantaneously melts the gold.
Wow.
It's awesome. You can do a lot of tricky stuff. Give you an idea of repairs. So the picture on the left, you've got a prong that's missing. You've got bent prongs that are bent over. You got prongs that are worn. Okay. Diamonds and diamonds last forever. You can still chip and break a diamond, but if you sat a diamond just somewhere, it would last forever. What doesn't last forever is the actual metal holding stones in. I remind people all the time with all of these little diamonds and everything, they're not glued or cemented in. It's all pressure set by micro prongs. So you got to take care of that stuff at least twice a year. Come on in. Let me check it. Let me monitor the wear and tear versus having a loss. This is our CAD/CAM computer technology now we're using, which is awesome. I'm having so much fun with this stuff. We got a 43-inch screen right in the showroom. Come on in. We pull up a library of rings. We can modify, we can change colors, we can do all kinds of stuff. This is one of the tanzanite pieces that I passed around 2 weeks ago when I showboated. We have it in our showroom. We just finished it last month. And this is a CAD/CAM design, and this is kind of what we do. This is a CAD design. Customer had an opal. There's the opal, and she just basically wanted the opal surrounded by leaves, and the leaves actually holding the opal. So I jumped on our CAD software, came up with this. This was the final design. A lot of times there's revision after revision, order change after order change. And then this is the final ring that we did for it. It's just awesome. This is a bracelet we did. This is not a bracelet. This was actually in the Smithsonian Museum that a customer took a picture of, saw it, and loved it. They actually came in and picked out gems from one of our gem parties a couple years ago. And Glenn said, sure, let's make it. Glenn designed this one. Actually went on the CAD software again. There's the blank bracelet. There's the finished bracelet.
Wow. Nice.
So you go from just inspiration. That's all we need is just a little inspiration. And then boom, you just jump on the CAD and build it. If you like building things, which I love doing, it's a lot of fun to go through and make these pieces. This is another piece we did for a winery owner. Very simply, just a wine barrel. Wine barrel pendant for the lady, and a wine barrel wedding band for the gentleman. Crystal touched on switching diamonds. We either read about it, heard about it, hearsay, took my diamond ring in, and they switched it. We've all heard something like that. Frustrates the heck out of us, so years ago we became very proactive about that. This is an actual, right here in the corner, you can barely see it. It's called a Dino Light microscope type of camera. And I put your jewelry right up on our 43-inch TV screen. Now what we can do is take a look at some repairs, take a look at some details. What this doesn't show is if the diamonds face up, there's going to be either no imperfections that are inside the diamond, so we take a picture of it, or there's going to be some sort of what I call birthmark. It's inside that diamond that'll identify it. We'll take a picture of that. People will leave the pieces for us to do. The repairs never leave our showroom. It goes from our safe right to our shop. It's all controlled. So when the customer comes back, if there's a shred of doubt, and I emphasize and I tell people this, like if there's any little shred of doubt, please tell me when you pick your ring up to put it up there, and we're gonna match your birthmark to the picture I took a couple days ago. Boom, perfect match. 100% my diamond. That's what I'm looking for. Don't want anybody leaving the store with a little shred of doubt or anything. So we're very proactive about that. So anybody that's fear of that, I'll start a conversation, and we'll go through it. If they leave the repair, fine. If they don't, at least I want to educate them on what to look for if they take it to other places. Antwerp, Belgium. We set up an office in Antwerp, Belgium about 15 years ago. We share an office with other independent jewelers throughout the country. Haven't been to Belgium over the past several years for obvious reasons. Travel's a pain in the butt, COVID, you name it. So what the Antwerp diamond cutters that I deal with, they took note of this, so they're actually packing a lot of their goods up and coming to the States for the major jewelry conventions. So I've talked to 3 out of 4 of my diamond cutters here in the States in gem shows. So we still have that connection with the gem cutters. And the biggest point of why we do this is when we are able to fly over there, we cherry pick out the diamonds. I don't want just diamonds that are just shipped to me from any sources. I want to be able to cherry pick them. I'm going to nitpick them. If there's a flaw, I'm going to pick a flaw that's closer out to the edge, not right in the middle, because the one out on the edge you can cover with a prong. It's still a flaw, but you can cover it. So there's, so when I see them at these jewelry conventions, we're also cherry picking out the diamonds. Huge. A lot of nowadays you can go right online, just point, click, and buy. Okay, very tricky. There's a reason why there's less prices, lower prices on the internet. There's a pecking order when it comes to diamonds. First, you've got Antwerp, Belgium, handles about 72% of the world's supply. Now we're talking natural diamonds. Lab-grown diamonds are a whole different animal. This is natural diamonds. So they're pulled up out of the earth all over the world, but they're filtered right through Antwerp, Belgium, through cutters and trading, and myself. Now, after that's been picked over, it goes to New York. New York gets all their diamond vendors get to pick over and cherry pick it all out. What's left over at the bottom of the barrel? Online. And if you go to an online vendor and you search for diamonds, don't be fooled, they do not own one single of those diamonds. All these retailers or e-tailers are doing is just buying diamond suppliers lists. So just be aware. Now, we've all heard of, speaking of online, we've all heard of Blue Nile?
What?
You guys heard of Blue Nile?
Blue Nile?
Yeah.
It's an online webcast. Blue Nile, heard of Jared?
Jared, yeah.
Hayes?
Okay, yeah.
Zales?
Sales.
All 4 of them, same corporation.
Oh.
Signet Corp just acquired Blue Nile online. Paid $312 million, I believe. So they are, so it's a corporate. You're dealing with a corporate jeweler. And I'll tell you, they have several hundred stores throughout the country, and it's a money-making machine for those shareholders and employees. So it's just a money-making machine. Now, that is a good case of just a simple retail store that sells it and pushes it out the door. If that's an experience you want, go for it. We do it differently. So Antwerp, Belgium, we still deal with Antwerp cutters. Nowadays, now you have a new choice in diamonds. Lab-grown diamonds. You've heard me talk about them all the time. And it's completely flipped. I'm selling more lab-growns over natural diamonds.
Wow.
It's just crazy what the lab-grown diamond market is doing right now. It's the national average for used to be 1 carat diamond for engagements. Now it's 2 carat.
Wow.
Because you can afford it. I got 2 carats under $10,000. I got a 4 carat for 12,500.
Wow.
Okay, and it's a diamond. Now, if you want natural, that's fine. I've got natural. I have access to natural. I've sold a couple of naturals last month. I'm more than happy. I'm ready to start a conversation on even or more. Here's just a couple of our pieces that we've done over the years. Opal, upper right corner, that's what's called a rubellite, which is a red color tourmaline. Opal.
Hey.
And then I kind of end with this, so where we're actually a fine jeweler, not a store that just sells jewelry. We actually make it, love it, live it, and create a lifetime career from our commitment to it. It's not a sideline distribution channel for corporate financial vehicle or a way to beat the system. Our life's worth ethics enriches our local community through the unique involvement of our clients, and we provide goods and services that our customer want, need, and desire. The backbone of work ethic. Real simple. We're an independent family jeweler, 5 generations. We're passionate about jewelry. We have the experience and love to start a conversation with somebody. And we just love our craft.
That's awesome.
We love our craft. Any questions?
Wow, nice.
What's the biggest black stone?
They're approaching, very rare, but they're approaching 15 carats.
Ooh, what? Wow.
Probably one in
15 carats.
several hundred.
Kardashian carrots.
You can't lift your hand, but.
Yes, Jordan.
Besides the name, what's the difference between lab grown and natural? Diamonds.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
One's grown above ground in a controlled environment. That is lab grown. Natural, naturally treated, in other words, crusted.
To the untrained eye, you wouldn't probably be able to tell the difference.
I can't tell the difference.
You can't tell the difference.
A graduate gemologist that's versed in diamonds, which I've taken many diamond courses, cannot tell without doing scientific testing. Do you know why?
Why?
Because they're the same.
It's
If they're diamonds.
Chemically, physically, and optically, they're the same. Now, you buy your wife flowers?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, when you get flowers, are those real?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, those flowers were not grown up on that hilltop in the wild.
Yeah.
Guess what? They're grown in a controlled environment. That's why that's the comparison.
That's
That's the best comparison right there. Greenhouse diamonds, call it what you want. Lab created, lab grown, synthetic. They're diamonds. They've been doing it since 1954.
Wow.
Is there a general discount associated with those versus natural?
Yeah.
Half.
Half.
Well, in some cases, more than half. I got a 4 carat that's 12,500. Because of the size of the diamond, it's more rare to have that larger crystal made in the earth. That same diamond, naturally, it's about $90,000.
Wow.
Oh, I want the 4 carat industrial.
Yeah.
But that's what's happening. So, I'm sorry, Pat.
How
go.
long does it take to grow the diamond per, I mean, how many carats? Is it, to grow a carat, how long does it take to grow? Or make it?
Natural or lab?
Natural.
Natural, we have no idea.
Okay, so lab.
We have no idea. Okay, so natural, okay, people assume it took billions or millions of years for diamonds to form. It took millions of years for us to discover diamonds.
Discovered, yeah.
Nobody knows if there was one big cataclysmic, event that boom made diamonds, or was it slowly over 100 years, 200 years, 300 years? We don't know. Lab-grown diamonds are grown in 8 to 10 months.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
8 to 10 months. So it's crazy. It's fun. It's exciting. It's a what they call a disruptor in your industries. If everybody has our industries, it's one. These lab-grown diamonds. We've known about them. I've had access to them 10 years ago, but the price difference was only 2 to 3%. It didn't make sense. Technology caught up. Inventories built up, and then boom, 2015, they started releasing them to us.
Wow.
And it's been a whole disruptor of the whole industry.
It's great. Disruptive.
Some jewelers are really putting their nose up at it.
Really?
It's not a diamond. It's just a synthetic diamond, not a diamond. I'm not going to carry them. I'm not going to sell them. Crazy. I will.
One more thing.
Yes.
Do the lab ones have conclusions?
Yes. Yes. Now, I tell people across the board, lab grown and natural, there's only two differences. Across the board, everything's the same. The hardness, the scintillation, the sparkle, the inclusions, the range of inclusions, the range of colors, how they're traded, how they're bought throughout the grove. There's only two differences. Origin, where it came from, right? Price.
Wow. Wow.
That's it.
All right, Dave.
Thank you.